Alright everybody, welcome back to EA Sports PGA Tour. And we are playing at TPC Boston. What do we got here? We got this thing still set at 100. The AI. The Sam Ryder is currently in the lead at -7. Winds from 4 to 7 miles per hour. And everything is short and soft. So things should sit down pretty nice. Next week starts the FedEx Cup playoffs, so get ready for that.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From TPC Boston, final round coverage of the New England Championship. And this, one of the sterner tests a golfer is going to encounter, 18 holes to decide a championship. The A+ game has to be there to make this work as we look at the early leaderboard. Our leader is Sam Ryder. He's got it going early at 7 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer looking to cobble together a solid round here on this fine Sunday.
Alright, wind dead into us, so just aiming a little left of that bunker. Try and make sure we don't go in it. A little left, but should be fine. Yeah, soft.
And that'll do just fine. A good start to this final round, safely in the fairway at 1. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't do... Oh, what's our spinner? It's only at 70... Yeah, we can only do it at 75 yards. What about... We could hit a pitch. I think we'll do that. We'll hit a full pitch. Oh yeah, what a shot.
And first iron shot of the day and absolutely pipes it.
Shouldn't be much in this for birdie.
So I went and played today at 8 in the morning.
Okay,
A nice day. You know, the high was mid-80s. But between 8 and 12, you know, only in the last, around the last hour, it's really going to get to that. So it was a nice temperature.
Certainly a good chance for going for this for 2. But if you stray with that tee shot, be careful on the layup. It gets really narrow up by the green.
I think with the wind, we can probably take it over everything down there. Wow, I really curved that thing with that stick. Because of, you know, 8 in the morning, the dew was out still for a few hours, so nothing was going as far. Oh my. So downhill, the wind is helping. Hit it high, take it back here. Oh yeah, what a shot.
That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well you could see
And,
by the reaction of that ball when it hit
you know,
the green. Landed so softly.
it was one of those days where I feel like I was playing better than what my scorecard said, you know. Oh,
yeah, it is a
eagle. I forget this is par 5 because it doesn't give me a power drive.
How about 3 under?
Oh, 6 is now leading Ryder bogeys.
Just getting started. So we started with a par 4, then the par 5 second.
And man, it was two
Par 3 here at
things.
the third, Frank.
Two things hurt me, and
Green, just protected by
one
that
of them
bunker
is
on
kind
the
of
right.
like
So be
a
very
duh.
careful where
Well,
that flag's
you know,
located.
that's always gonna hurt you, and it's, you know, the putting. But a little bit uphill, wind in the face, so we'll take this high and let the wind kind of kill it. Oh, it didn't stop quite as fast as I wanted it to.
Now from short range.
I think we can putt this. I think that's the safest thing to do. Oh, I hit it way too hard. Never mind, didn't hit it hard enough. Coming out of the first cut. It was 98 to 100%, so I didn't think I really needed to hit it that hard, you know? Especially since it's downhill. I'll take that, though.
And he'll stay at minus.
But we'll start at the beginning with the driving.
Decisions as you
So I only missed 2 fairways the entire day. Now, I don't hit a lot of drivers off the fairway. I mean, off the fairway. Off the tees. Because of,
the other option, just lay up. You'll have a full approach in, still with a good chance to make a birdie.
so with where this pin is right in the front, hit it high. Don't need a damn power drive. It's left. Bunker. Damn. That would have been pretty good if it wouldn't have gone left. I don't know why it went left when it was going right. But,
into the bunker.
But yeah, my first drive was my worst drive. I was just trying to... Oh, wow.
Okay, good out, and that's what we'll
That wasn't very
remain for
good.
birdie.
You know, I was just trying to... Alright, first hole, it's a long hole. It's like 460 something. I was like, alright, just get it in the fairway. So I just tried to hit a nice, low, easy drive. Because normally when I try to hit a low drive, it's, you know, just a bullet down the fairway. But I made a mistake of trying to hit it easy, and when I hit my drives easy, they tend to go left. Because my arms are going faster than, you know, than I'm rotating, and so I close my club face. And so, you know, it just went left really short into the rough. And, ooh, that was lucky.
Okay, that's going to be safely.
I still had 250 yards to the middle. Pin was in the back, so I had about 260 in the rough up the hill, and it's wet out, you know.
Well, 122.
It was a really bad tee shot.
Pin tucked in the front left
So
portion of the green today.
take this high just because the wind's going to carry it. Yeah. A little right, but not bad.
Good shot. That does leave
And it was high on the club face because I didn't realize how much it was sitting up in the rough and left. So I just had to pitch out a little pitch and wedge because I had to hit it pretty darn low, and there was no way I could get a loft wedge. You know, it was only 60 yards, but there was no way I was getting a loft wedge that low. I hit a good shot, middle of the green, 2-putt, bogey. And then, you know, next hole, hit a 5-iron down there to about 120. Or it was 115. So I hit a choke down, cut off, gap wedge, boom, pin high, 5 feet to the right, made a birdie. So I made that one back up.
Very close to the water.
Anyway, back to the driving. Yeah, drove it fantastic all day. And then my only other missed fairway, besides one, was 9. And that was with my 3-wood. And it was started out dead middle of the fairway and just started drawing. I was like, what the hell? I didn't hit it to draw. I don't know why I was drawing, but, you know, it just started to draw. And hits the fairway, but because it has that draw spin on it, you know, it goes down into the rough there. But
good shot, safely on the green and a birdie chance.
And besides the putting, the other thing that really messed me up was my long irons, because every time I had a long iron in, no matter if it was a tee shot or just my second shot, I hit
much more, but it does come up just about a foot short. Safely in for par here at the 6th.
I hit 2 thin, and I hit 2 slightly fat, just very slightly.
7th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600
and
yards.
I ended up having a good amount of 5, 6, and 7 irons today.
carrying
which
that
normally I
huge
really
cross
don't. I
bunker
only have like 2
with
or
your
3,
second
but I
shot.
probably had like 5 to 6. And so, you know, the... Okay, it got out in the first cut. No, I hit 3 fat. Sorry, I hit 3 of them fat today, which normally I don't do with my irons. Normally I hit them thin. Where is... So 259. But yeah, the 2 of the 3 that I hit fat ended up just fine.
On that one? I mean, there had to be a mistake
Like
there,
10 yards short of where I wanted to land it. So it's, you know, it wasn't bad. Wasn't really bad. But the third one, which was on the last hole, I had 210 yards on a par 5, it's the last hole. I had a perfect drive down the fairway. Only had 210 in.
He's been automatic on this front side. This for birdie.
Now you have to go over a pond. A little pond. It's not that big. You have to make sure you don't go left into the giant lake.
Runs that one right in. Gets a birdie here.
It's not that big, but still it's a lake.
He's gonna get to within 2 of birdie.
And there's also really a bunch of crap to the left after the pond. So you have to make sure you don't go left. You have to make sure you're not short.
Frank, what can we expect?
You know. And I had 210 to the middle, 200 to the front, and then I needed to carry it at least 190 in the air to get over that little pond. And 224. With these big irons, we can definitely go a lot less. I just hit my 5-iron just a touch chunky and sit. Damn it. Man, see, unless that hit onto a downslope, which it didn't, it hit on flat. That really should have just stopped. A lot faster than that. I don't think that should have gone off the green. I think it should have stopped on the green with a 5-iron. I mean, when I hit a 5-iron, good in real life, mine stops. But anyway, yeah, I hit it into that pond, and my dad laid up because, you know, he can't really carry it over that in the 200-some yard range, because he was further back than me. He laid up and ended up getting a birdie. But what sucks is, like, I knew I wasn't hitting my long irons very well, you know. And I knew I had hit a couple fat and the other 2 thin. I really didn't get a solid full long iron today, except for, like, I hit a little knockdown, like 7-iron from. I choked down a little bit and hit it 3/4, kind of low from 170. Got it to about 12 feet, and, you know, had a birdie putt, ended up bogeying. But we don't talk about that. You know, those are things we don't talk about. But anyway, nah. And I should have just taken the 9-iron, hit it to about 160 something, laid it up, had a possibility of a birdie, if not, then an easy par, you know. But I was like, screw it, I don't hit my drive this far all the time. I gotta go for it, right?
30 for the front side, going out in 6 under par.
Yeah, it was just a dumb decision on my part. But,
425-yard par 4
so
10.
that was my
Shortish hole, fairway wood
long
might
iron.
be the play. The two-tiered bunker
And
on
that's
the right
actually the
side
only
of
time the
green
long iron
is
cost me
staring
like
you down.
a definitive shot, you know. The other times it was like, yeah, I hit it fat or thin and it's short, but I can chip it up in one putt. And I did most of the time. I think only one time was it the
Problems there.
where I hit a
It's gonna
long
end up
iron and
safely in the fairway.
I was in deep rough and I was worried about hitting it too far
Breeze
because
on
I
his
was only
back
like
shoulder
10
as he
yards
lines up
from
his
the
second from the fairway.
or 15 yards from the hole. I was like, man, if this thing goes too far, you know. Oh no, not high. We're gonna take this low. If I hit this thing too far, you know, I have a guarantee a bogey unless I chip in, you know. So I just
that's
made
a
sure it wasn't too
decent
far
size
and ended
green.
up
It's not
being
bad,
too
just a
short,
little
missed the
past the
putt.
hole.
But my wedges today, you know, long irons killed me, cost me a couple shots. But my wedges really saved me. Like, they were on point. I realized afterwards that I had put that in the wrong place. But oh well. So like the second hole, like I said, I hit that really small gap wedge, you know, to 5-6 feet, made the putt. The fourth hole, I hit a fantastic tee shot into the fairway, and I was 143. I was 148, and you know that's too short for my 9-iron, and it's wet out. So really, it was too far from my pitching wedge. But I should have hit a full wedge anyway. Knowing about, you know, the dew and the wet, but it was only the fourth hole and I wasn't, you know, 100% confident that it was going to take enough off of it. So I just hit a 3/4 wedge. Not a 3/4 wedge. Yeah, just hit like a 3/4 wedge just to make sure it got on the green, and I mean, it was perfect. Right in the middle of the green. But I had like a 40-foot putt up a ridge and everything. Wound up going about a foot, you know, past the hole, so not too bad, you know. But it's like, okay, that broke a lot more than I thought it would. You know, I had 2 chips where I didn't get up and down, but it was both of them from very thick, like the ball was just sitting down in thick rough. And it was one of those where you kind of just have to pop it up. And I was afraid of going too far. I left it, you know, a good 10 feet short and 2-putted. But other than that, my wedge game was, I mean, you know, chef's kiss.
You can just go a little left of those, you get a nice kick
We
forward.
don't need the power drive for this one. You know, I had
This is turning a little to his left.
2 bunker shots today, and both of them
Right along.
were within 3 feet.
Right there.
Did I get up and down? Hell no, because my putting was bad. I had 3 really good putts. You know, the second hole, another one for a par, and then another birdie putt on 12 that I made. Again, I put my sand wedge from 115 to about 8 feet. Made that, you know, but other than that, like I don't practice. I'm not, you know, on the putting green making sure you're not, you know.
Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you
Two of the putts were because
you're going to have a chance.
I mean, I left them so short. It was insane. And then the one that I said I hit my 7-iron to about 12 feet, I blasted it by 8 feet. And then after that, I had to go back up and down a ridge, only from 8 feet. And, you know, ended up missing. It actually hit the back of the cup. and then popped out. Ooh. I was so pissed.
Just 5 feet left. And missteps there. It is a par
Wow, that was a
here
par
at
4.
12.
That was a long one because we, you know, had a long iron in.
Arriving now at one of TPC Boston's long par 4s, 400.
But it's like my 7, 6, and my 5. You know, the only solid shot really that I hit was that one 7-iron. That was, you know, I choked down, hit a 3/4 one. And honestly,
nothing to fault there. Safely in the fairway.
yes, I just need to practice those more. But I honestly think the biggest reason why those are so consistently bad
130 yards left to the flag. It's
is
nice
because
right
of the
number. Pin on the
what
left
they have
portion
is,
of this
you know,
green,
when
so
you're at
all
the
three
range
will
at my course,
redraw.
90% of the time, you're on mats. Sit. Oh my god. I knew I should have went down a club.
Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in a bunker.
But you're on mats, and when you're on a mat, you obviously know when you hit it thin. Why did that go 15 feet past the hole? Uphill, wind in my face. I only hit it 1%. What? That didn't make any sense. But, you know, when you hit it thin, you obviously know when you hit it thin. Damn. Really? That far? Alright, that didn't make any sense either, going that far past the hole.
Nicely judged.
That sucks. So we have a par 5 and 3 par 4s left. Let's
He'll fall back to 5
try to
under.
get it to 8. 8 under.
We come to the 14th, another hole
3
that
out of the
has
5
changed
holes we need to birdie.
dramatically over the years.
But
This
yeah,
195-yard
when you're hitting off
putt
mats,
off the
if you hit it a little bit
will
fat,
move
you know, unless
the
you
place with what they
really,
call the chocolate drop mounds that don't appear too dangerous.
unless you
until you're in
really chunk, like hit well behind the ball, you're not really noticing if you hit it fat. You know what I mean? Oh wow, that. Oh, it's still in the fairway, but that did not start where I thought it was going
That ball
to.
could have gone through the tree, but somehow it did. It's finished up actually all right.
I thought that was going to start a little bit further to the right. What's our 4-iron go? 230? I think we just hit that. It's downhill. It's saying it's downhill a good amount, but it looks almost level. Oh, what a shot from 230.
And how about that for a nice approach from way out? That one finds the green.
I forgot this is a
Birdie
par
putt on
4.
tap.
They've been breaking a good bit, too. Ah, damn it. Well, that one didn't break that much, but I blasted it. It didn't go that far past the hole. I just hit it too hard. Damn it, man. That was such a good shot with a 4-iron.
And he'll remain.
I mean, we should have been like 100 yards closer, but... But yeah, honestly, what I should do is get a piece of tape,
Don't want to get carried away here. This is one where
that
just a
blue
nice
like
smooth
painting
swing,
tape or
hit that
whatever,
ball in the fairway.
and
Next
put it on
second
my
shot.
mat in my
Gotta carry
house,
that false front.
so that I know definitively, you know, if I'm hitting it a little bit fat, because it's not like I was hitting them. It wasn't like I was chunking them like crazy, you know. I was hitting them like barely fat, and it was taking 10 yards off, you know.
Into the bunker.
Uphill, the wind's helping. We got 89 to 94 lie. We just hit a regular approach. Yeah, I think we hit a regular approach with this.
Good chance at one.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I always knew when I was swinging well, fairway bunker shots from a long distance, that you've got to hit it clean. But when you do, you can still hit
I
it
was
right
worried,
straight
honestly,
And
that the
one
lip
finished off
that was
with a
directly in
birdie
front of
here at
us
15.
was going to be a huge problem, but
That's
it
gotta
wasn't.
set up a sprint to the finish. He's
Um,
one back with 3 to go.
But yeah.
Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports bass fishing challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16 holes.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
You can. And 4 to 7. That's 7 out of 191. It is downhill, but this is not enough. So let's hit a finesse. Let's hit this one kind of low. Oh yeah. What a shot.
I mean, this is a clinic in how to play the game. Just keep everything hole high, give yourself a look for birdie, and that's what I'll have coming up.
But, you know, I just need to... Putting is a no-brainer. Just need to work on putting, especially from inside 10 feet, you know, because I made 3 that weren't only 2 feet, you know. I made 3 putts inside 10 feet. That was awful. I hit every fairway. I mean, not I hit all but 2 fairways. You know, I did better than most of the professionals out there, but I mean, they're hitting it fucking 60 yards past me. But I mean, still. Alright, where's the pins there? I think we can aim this here. 273. I wish I knew. I think the mound is just right there. Should be perfect. Yep. Little... Yeah, perfect. But yeah, I mean, I hit all but 2 fairways. My big issue was I only hit 6 of 18 greens. So, you know, I hit a third. I hit 33% of the greens. And that's not good. I think we can just go full one and it'll come back. The wind will hold it up. And the amount it doesn't should come back.
I always looked inside that 15 feet circle. Anything inside that was going to be a good shot. So in my book, that's a good shot.
Going left. There's a weird ridge right there. Yeah, I couldn't really judge that. I didn't know how much that was going to affect it.
No problems there.
That's one of those where it's like you kind of needed to be in real life to really, you know. I think an eagle here will guarantee it. A birdie, you know, a birdie's iffy from the people that aren't done yet, you know, because we don't know those. 322 to that.
Turn it all around, or
it's right there.
If it gets away from you, you make one mistake, you can walk out of here with a bogey or worse.
Oh, it's leaking right. Oh, we're fine. Okay. I was like, oh, if anything, I needed to touch the left. Only 177. Well, yeah, the long irons, like I said, either.
Something good. This is short second to the par 5.
I don't know. I just really wish they had us on the ground instead of those stupid mats. I hate the mats so much. But I mean, we're hitting into an uphill slope. Wind's helping. It's a little bit uphill. That's definitely not enough. So we'll probably let's hit this. We'll finesse 7. It might even be too much, to be honest. Especially if you hit it fast and overswing. Yeah. That's always going to run out too much. I needed... Honestly, I could have just hit a full 8.
And a little bit left, too, this third shot.
Could have just hit a full 8, I think. Ooh, but a fantastic flop shot will guarantee us that birdie.
Okay, it's a nice finish, a birdie at 18. And that will mean it is a round of 63, 8 under par. Absolutely scintillating.
Okay. Never mind. Ken Coles. The Eagle would not have guaranteed it.
Featured golfer Frank
I don't know who Ben Coles is.
but it's not quite enough. It'll be a
But John Huh and Tyler Duncan have no idea. They tied us. But that's all right. A tie to T2.
This pain, don't get me wrong, but it was a good watch.
So
Not
for
bad.
Frank Nobilo,
Shut up. You finished the PGA Tour regular season ranked inside the top 125 and have qualified for the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's top 70 now. It's not even 125. Isn't it? 70, 50, and then 30. Because I was watching the golf today after the round, and Matt Kuchar, if he wins, he gets inside the top 70 to advance. But anyway, at FedEx St. Jude Championship at TPC Southwind in Memphis, Tennessee will be next week. And why did I do this? Oh, it just didn't change because their stuff is stupid. But anyway, guys, we only have 3 more weeks of the regular season. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a great day, and I'll see ya. Bye.